Everyone, I hope you can hear me okay. Welcome to my kitchen. This is our Tackle the Snackle workshop. I'm super excited to bring this to you because I've been having some fun playing with the um, Snackle box. The lighting is terrible, but hopefully it comes through clearly enough for you guys. Playing with the Snackle box. And I thought this would be a really great opportunity for you to kind of learn some different tips and ideas on how you can make the most of your snacking this summer or road trips, days at the beach, by the pool, in your backyard, on your boat, you name it. There's always a reason to have your food stay good when you're there. Sorry, I'm just gonna take this my pager off. So this is being recorded for people who couldn't make it but would love to see the replay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to upload it to YouTube so it'll be easier for people to enjoy. All right, so the star of the show tonight is the Stay Chill Snackle Box. I'm going to walk through it with you just really kind of somewhat succinctly, but here's what you're going to love about it versus other snackle boxes you'll see on the market. It's nice and deep. Okay, you can see how deep it is. When you have the inserts in, the top of the sections inside actually come really close to the lid, so it's a good, like nothing's going to overflow or spill or anything like that. When you take the compartments out, you have your inserts. So these stay in my freezer all of the time so that they're ready anytime I want them. Because, maybe I don't think ahead in advance enough. So, if I want to have, I do this with my cold and serves too. If I want to have something where people are coming over and I want to be able to just throw a veggie tray together and have it stay cold, then my inserts are always in the freezer. So I just lay them flat in the freezer. All my cool and serve inserts, the Snackle box inserts as well are always in there. So that's a big deal. A lot of ones on the market don't have room for inserts and don't have inserts. It also has a great period. This lid snaps into place on all four sides and the handy lid. So how many times are you going somewhere, for example, with our cool and serves, and you feel like you have to hold it with two hands, or you maybe can balance with one, but you're more comfortable holding it on both sides? Well, it's a one-handed thing. So you can cart your chair along or your drink, and you've got your snacks right here. So I'm going to show you a variety of different ways you can fill this, different ideas, and we're going to talk about some alternates to some of those. So tonight, I'm going to show you a variety of tools that will help you with your snack prep this season as well. And a couple of things about the Snackle box too is that you can get it for full price, but right now it's on sale. It's on sale for $114.75. It's normally $135. Or you can get it as a new consultant. You're going to get the grab and go lunch kit, which is the Snackle box and the garnish grabber, which we're going to use a bit tonight. Can you see that? It's got little tongs coming down, they grab out. You can get that for $50 for the set. I've had some consultants this month who joined, and this is what they are after, is getting the Snackle box and starting their businesses. So it's a really great way for you to get this in your kitchen, and think about all the times you're going to be using it. Like I talked about with the road trips or the beach trips or by the pool or on your back deck, or just, at a ball tournament or wherever you happen to be, lacrosse or soccer or anything like that. And also when you go to gatherings with your friends and family, this is a great piece to bring along with you. So we're going to start making some of the fillings for it. I'm going to start with, I was deciding whether I'd go with the whipped feta dip, which is delicious. And it's so simple. It's two ingredients. It's feta cheese and Greek yogurt. And you whip them up in Ringo. This is the electric twist and chop in case you haven't met Ringo. He's very happy to meet you. You just whir this together really fast and you've got an instant dip just like that. You can also do like a classic party dip, which is mayo, sour cream or Greek yogurt, and your favorite Pampered Chef seasoning. One of the favorites that people love is the all-purpose dill. You can get it in this size or you can get it in a larger bulk kind of size. So it makes a really, really yummy dip. I also love the Southwestern as a dip. I love everything taco, Three onion is really good. I also love the crunchy garlic crisp. That is my like favorite go-to. So we're going to do instead a chickpea salad tonight, and I'm going to show you how that goes together. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to put something into the fridge. This is a snack for the Snackle, but it should stay chilled, and I don't have it in the dish yet. So I cooked these chickpeas up a couple of weeks ago in Calvin, my deluxe multi-cooker, and I freeze them loose on a sheet pan and then divide them into bags and then throw these into the freezer so that they're ready to go whenever. I find it so handy to have them, and I love cooking them from dry. It's so simple. It doesn't require, it's like a set it and forget it when you put it in your multi-cooker and you're good to go. So Ringo has two settings. Your power button, which is on until you turn it off or tap it off, and the pulse. Nothing lights up until your lid is actually locked in and engaged and you have this plugged in. So when I had it, the lid off, you can see that there's nothing lit up here, but now you can see the lights are on. This cord is not retractable, but there's a cord wrap space underneath, which I absolutely love. So with this recipe, I like to pulse the chickpeas because I don't want them to get too small. I like a chunk to my chickpea salad. And you can do this instead of like an egg salad. It's really nice. You can season it any way that you want. So just if you want to add something like green onions, you could certainly add those little in here. Depending on how many chickpeas I'm doing, if I had less, I would also add mayo because it combines really well. But with the amount I have, I'm going to do mayo in a separate bowl. And then if you have a dishwasher, you can simply pop this in your dishwasher. Easy peasy. I use Ringo for a lot, chopping up vegetables, spinach, making dips. In fact, you can actually make an icing. I did a rhubarb icing in here a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic. So good. If you're a rhubarb fan, you're going to love that feature. Okay, so let's let Ringo have a little step aside here. Okay, so now we're going to add in some mayo. I used to use our Dijon mustard rub as the seasoning for this, but ran out and we don't have it anymore, so I had to cut myself off anyway. I think it's going to want a little bit more mayo than that. So instead, I use some Dijon mustard. Not a lot because I'm not a huge Dijon mustard fan, so like maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, and then I use the garlic and herb rub. I find that's a really good combo to have with that. There we go. That'll be good. And just stir these around until it's the consistency that you want. So you can see I'm getting it well combined here. Okay, if you want it a little bit wetter, add some more mayo. And the longer it sits, the more flavorful it becomes. I'm gonna pop this stuff out of my way. So when I was thinking about the theme for the Snackle box that I would teach you tonight or share with you tonight, I thought of wouldn't it be great to have something Canada Day? So that's what I am going with. I'm just going to see how I have this organized. Okay, so I had to map this out because I have certain things and I wanted to make sure if you were setting this up for a party, how you would make sure it wasn't going to get confusing and people were going to dip fruit into the chickpea salad or veggies into the fruit dip that I made. So this is an easy way that you can do that. All right, so we've got chickpea salad in there ready to go. We also have some different veg that we're going to do. So the veg that we're going to do is, it consists of a few different things here. So we have some tomatoes and a little bocconcini. So I'm going to use the coated tomato knife and I'm cutting tomatoes just in half. Normally I would use the close and cut, but because I'm not doing very many, I'm just doing it by hand. So when I was thinking about the theme for this, Canada Day came to my mind. So Sam and I were thinking about what can we do that what I could do that would be how I could incorporate that. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I don't really have this evenly numbered. I'm going to quarter these and do the best I can. So this is a really nice idea that you can pair your tomato and bocconcini with basil. That is really, really yummy. So I'm just taking small toothpicks. I didn't want them to be too big. Toothpick, cheese, toothpick. So red and white like our Canada flag. And these are going to go in number 2. Nope. Anyway, I'm going to get these together and then I'll figure that out. So you're just going to dress these up. So they're kind of like the Canadian flag, where it's got the white in the center and the red on the ends. So aren't these like super cute? Look how cute they are, right? Love it. We're also going to do something else with this skewer idea. And that's on the sweeter side. So just stay tuned while we do that. Okay. You get the idea, right, of how simply this goes together. Got one more to do. Boom, and boom. There we go. Those little cutie patooties. I'm gonna hang it over here for a minute. And then I'm going to do some red pepper. So I already have some of the bell pepper taken care of here because I had some for a snack today. But I'm going to show you how you can use the peppercorn, assuming this is a full pepper. So imagine you're going to use your imagination. The bottom's not cut off, the little wall's not off there. So we're going to take the largest part of the peppercorn and put it in the center and just twist, twist, twist. And it goes through really easily because this is already partly done. But look at this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to use this to collect the seeds. But look at that's pretty much intact. So when you're using this on a full pepper, you are going to find that it does a great job of taking a lot of the seeds out. It gets right down to the bottom. And then this other part that has the handle on it, using the handle to take out any other seeds that are there and the membrane too. So you can use this little end actually on the rounded end there. See that? It's open there. Jalapenos work really great. You can also use this tool to, like cucumbers, like make a cucumber boat or something like that, or a zucchini boat, or clean out any of your squashes to get rid of those seeds. All right, so what I love, one of my favorite snacks to have with chickpea salad, I have gluten-free crackers that I got from Costco. I think they're called Crunch Master or something like that. So I have those, but also red pepper wedges. I love to like put a plop of that on there, and it's so, so good. So you just take your chickpea salad and you scoop it in here so it's like a ready to go wedge. It's really yummy and it's a hearty snack, but not too much that you won't enjoy it. All right, so we're just going to do a few of those for right now. The rest of this is going to be snacks for later. And I'm going to put them into, you'll see me using a couple of these tonight. The prep and store, I love them. They keep your veggies nice and fresh. And I keep the vent open when I have something like this because I do want the air to circulate. If I had an onion in here, I would close it so that there's no air getting into it. But that's a great tool that I love to have. All right. And then we're going to keep going with something savory. And we're going to use, I have a Nan and I have something really fun. So I have these old cookie cutters that I don't, I'm not making cookies right now. This one is an oak leaf, which is really cute. Or I have this little baby maple. So grab yourself a maple leaf, if you can see that. It's hard to tell. There you go. Oak and maple. Grab yourself something and then cut a man into cute little, I'm hoping this works. It does. Look at how cute. Look at, so adorable. So we're gonna cut a few of these and we're gonna stack them up in the compartment with some of those crackers that I was talking about. Now, if you don't want to do something like this, you can always buy little like Nan pockets, Nan pita dippers or something like that is what they're called. I saw some today. They were on sale at No Frills. If you're looking, you can go that route too. So super cute. These cute little maple leaf shaped. I'm gonna do a couple more. One more. There we go. I think the where I'm putting them, the oak leaf would be too large. So we won't bother with that. Alrighty. So I'm going to stack these and get my crackers. I'm going to do these. Now they go, yep, crackers and ham. Stack like 4, and then the other 3 are going to go on top. And then the little crackers are going to go in here. I also opted for the chicken salad for tonight because the whipped feta is fairly really white and there's not a lot of color in here right now. So I wanted to add whatever kind of color that I could. Don't worry, the tomatoes and other things are gonna jazz that right up. Okay, so let's put this away. And I'll deal with those scraps later. Right. Then I have, this is the snack I made earlier. These are no bake energy bites. They're super easy. If you don't have a recipe for them, let me know. I'm happy to share this one. You need oatmeal, a nut butter of any kind, honey, mini chocolate chips, or whatever add-ins you want, and some cinnamon. So I chopped up some almonds, I put some coconut and some mini chocolate chips in. So they are super adorable. Look at how cute they are. Yum. So these are best kept in the fridge, so that's why I'm glad that they're going to go in here because they're going to keep it nice and cold, or it's going to keep them nice and cold. So this made 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 15, 18, 22 energy bites. So that's pretty good. All right, got those in there. So here's how it's coming so far. Not bad, eh? Does that not look fun? Okay. Now we're going to go with the bell peppers and the tomato skewers. You know what? I'm going to switch some things around a little bit here. We're going to go there and there. Okay. I'm trying to set this up as if I was serving people with it so it would be easy to understand and grab. And like I said, so you're not dunking your tomatoes and bocconcini and your red peppers into your cinnamon dip. So this is made with our cinnamon toast blend, which is really yummy on like obviously toast, but you can make it in a dip like we've done. You can add it to your baking. You can use it in icing, that type of thing. Really good with cream cheese on your bagels. So this is just plain yogurt and the cinnamon toast blend. And that's going in there. And then, okay, that's really good. I made it this afternoon and the whatchamacallit, the flavors hadn't quite developed yet. So I'm glad that turned out really good. Okay, now we're going to do a couple more little tricky woos here. And we're gonna go with, get my fruit ready to go. So for the fruit, again, I'm gonna do skewers, but this time we've got strawberries. Now you can slice your strawberries, with the cup slicer, which I'm going to do, but if you have tiny strawberries, you could just do the whole thing right on your skewer. Ta-da! That's how fast. I could also have done that with the cherry tomatoes if I wanted them to be more like that, but I was good with how the size that they were. Okay. This. So you can decide how you want to cut up your Gouda or whatever you want to use. So I was looking at different cheeses that would go with strawberries. Brie, of course, came up first, and then Gouda was a close second. Gouda was Gouda enough. So that's what I went with because we do love Gouda in our house. The kids and I especially love it. So I know we'd enjoy that. So I'm just going to cut these in certain just approximations. I'm not going fancy or really exact with it because part of the fun is when you're making things at home is that you get to decide, how you want to do stuff, right? So that's really fun. So I'm going to layer a few different ones on here. So I've got strawberry, cheese, strawberry, cheese, and that's all that it will hold. So this is a cute little one with the strawberry and the cheese, right? So that's Gouda, but you could do brie if you wanted to, and they are just going to hopefully stand up in there. I think I'm going to start. And it depends on how, if you're using a bigger stick and not a baby little toothpick, that's going to, of course, make a big difference for you. And this, I'm going to put a little topper on there. So there we go. We've got that. Oops. There we go. Okay. I'll do one more. In there. I'm recording in case you didn't realize. Okay. And a cute little strawberry top on that one. Okay. So that's those ones there. And then for another pop of color and something really, really yummy, I'm going to do some pineapple. We have a pineapple that needs to be used, so this worked out really great that I could do this. Now, if you wanted something else fun and kind of Canada Day festive, what you could do is, the idea just left my brain. Yeah, if I think of it, I will share it, but right now, it's fine. So when you have a pineapple and you're using the pineapple wedger, what I would recommend is that you cut off the bottom. You cut off, the top. Compost these if you compost. We don't. Country bears don't need to invite the critters. And then cut your pineapple in half again this way, okay? Now this one's starting to go a little bit, so I'm not sure how much I'll get out of it, but I'll do my best. Okay, then you're gonna take your pineapple wedge. Take the cover off the bottom. Then you're going to take it, center it over the core. You can see the core right through here. So it lines up. This is what your pineapple wedger looks like. Okay, see the blades? And then you're going to rock it back and forth to get it started. Now, if you're vertically challenged, you might want to stand on a stool. But if you can get some heft in it or move it to a lower surface, you have that. And then you take your cover. I had this for a number of years before someone told me to use the cover to help take it off. So there are tabs on the cover. You can see the tabs right here. They're going to line up underneath the handles. And then you're just going to push down. Ta-da! So it punctured through the last of it. And then there, my skin just fell off, and I have my pineapple, there's the core. So anybody who has a teething baby will put these into the freezer and give them to the babe to chew on when their gums need some help, right? So that's a really cool idea. Something else I love to use is the crinkle cutter. So we are going to, actually, I'm going to get here and take these little spots off. I take the spots off if it's, brown and yucky. And then any of the little spikes, I take those off too because those are not pleasant to chew on. There we go. Okay. So again, crinkle cutter and just rock it through like so. Okay. Now, if I wanted to do a skewer, I would cut these in bigger chunks, actually smaller chunks, but because I want them to be hefty enough that we can grab with the garnish grabber, I've got them in nice big chunks, like that's the size there. Okay. So the crinkle cutter, you can use that on cheese as well. You can use it on um, potatoes, turnip, uh, apples, carrots. And when your food is cut with the crinkle cutter, it's going to stack up a lot better than, there we go, than, sorry, not stack up. It's going to hold the dip. So when you dip it into something, it's going to stay even more. So this is your Snackle box. All done. Right? Isn't that awesome? So I'm going to turn another light on in case that helps. It might end up shadowing me more. Ooh, can you see that? There. Okay. So there's our tomato red pepper section, our chickpea salad. Energy bites are there. Then in this section, we have the nans and the little crackers, and then the cinnamon dip is right here, and then our fruit is here. So you can see how quickly this goes together. If you were doing it yourself, it would go even faster because you're not talking and all that kind of stuff. But I love the versatility of this. And it's going to keep your food chilled for 4 to 6 hours, which is terrific. A couple other things I wanted to share with you for other ideas about what you can do with this. Oh, I know something fun. Remember, I was talking about something else that came to my mind for Canada Day? So you could do our easy roll maker, which my daughter just, I love having her phone that way. She said, to me the other day, hey, you want to have some sushi for lunch? So that was a really fun thing. We like California rolls. That's as adventurous as it comes for me with sushi right now. But um, so you can make frushi, which is a fruit style sushi. So you cook up sushi rice, you add some coconut milk, some sugar to make it, or I forget what it's, coconut milk for sure. And actually, this will tell me. Cream of coconut and pineapple juice. Add that to your cooked sushi rice, and then you are going to cool the rice. You're going to make your frushi with your rice is going to go in. Your going to put whatever fruit you want to put in, whether it's cherries or strawberries or mango or kiwi or anything like that. But for Canada Day, do strawberries or cherries, and then you take rice paper wraps like these and color some water. You can really choose your color. It doesn't really matter. So they look like this. Okay, right? And they're going to soak in the water for just a few seconds. When they soften up enough, you can use that colored, once you color it, to wrap your sushi, your frushi in. And then when you cut it open, it's going to look something like, see if I have a picture that I could show you. Kind of like this. You kind of see that? Okay. So these are different colors on here, but you could certainly do something fun and red and white with that for Canada Day. So lots of good things to snack on here. I know that these are not going to go to waste because I have people who like to eat here. And I'm going to just close this alert off my screen. There we go. Okay. So remember, Snackle Box is going to be your friend throughout the summer. It's going to keep your food chilled for 4 to 6 hours. when you take it anywhere, keep your freezer inserts right in the freezer and you are ready for whatever adventure lies ahead for you. I want to thank you so much for coming. I am going to, like I said, upload this to YouTube and I will help you in whatever way I can. Oh, a couple other things. Sorry. I help you in whatever way I can with getting, getting your Snackle box with you. So a couple other tools that you could use, or something else, I don't think this was the only thing I didn't use tonight, was the our Linzer cookie cutters. So you can use these to cut shapes out of cheese. So where's my Gouda? So I can, for a dry patch, there's a dry patch. I can use this to cut like a little heart out. And that's a really fun way that you can adorn your Snackle tray. Look at that cute little thing. You can do that with strawberries too. Um, so that's a really neat thing you can do. And then also, you can put in, like, think about proteins to add too. So I have the No Bake Energy Bites in here, but you could do like hard-boiled eggs or pepperoni sticks, like pepperettes. Cube up your cheese and have it in there. You can have a bunch of different veggies, two or three that you have on hand. So cucumbers are really good, carrots, strawberries, peppers, apples too. I was going to put apples in, but I ran out of room in the compartment, so I didn't go with that. You can put just one dip in. I put two because I was doing sweet and savory. And then you can also add something sweet or a crunch. So you could put in popcorn or crackers or a trail mix or your favorite nuts and seeds. You could put chocolate covered pretzels in or M&Ms or other candies or things like that. My favorite candy is the Dare Real Fruit Gummies. I get them at Dollarama. They're delightful. So you can mix and match and really create this to be your own. If you are going somewhere and you don't need, maybe you're taking a lunch bag because you don't have that much, then use the insert as your ice pack because it will keep your food chilled for a really long time. So I hope this has been super helpful for you. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to helping you tackle your Snackle this summer. Thanks so much.